As we stand right now, 54 programs not playing this fall, including all the schools from the Big Ten, the Pac12, the MAC, and the Mountain West. With that in mind, can we have, Maddie, a true national champion this year?
It's a difficult question, and I'm going to say no, only because the whole field isn't playing. And I don't want to penalize, and I know a lot of people may disagree, but I don't want to penalize the teams and the conferences that are playing, because that's what we're doing. We're celebrating football, and I'm proud of them, and I want them to play. I wish everybody was playing. But we also can't penalize the conferences that aren't playing, especially when it's out of their control. You saw that right there, the parents of Big Ten players. I mean, they are fighting tooth and nail to get on the field, and it's out of their control. So this is a difficult season. But for me, without the whole playing field, it's really difficult to say, hey, that was the one true champion that year.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Ohio State. I'm thinking about Oregon. I'm thinking about Penn State, Wisconsin, Utah. A lot of these teams that had high hopes this year for playing for a college football playoff spot. You think about Ohio State, who was probably favored to be in the national championship this year, a team that, coach that you coach with and been around for a long time. And so for me, I don't think there can be a national championship without the Big Ten and without the Pac-12, because we are all in this together. It doesn't matter if we have different conferences that we play under, different commissioners, that we have to answer to. We are all in this sport together. And that's why, a lot of the talk now has been about college football uniformity, right? More uniformity, so we don't have 3 conferences playing and 2 conferences not playing.
All due respect, absolutely you get a national champion. And remove the asterisks. The people on the field are the only thing that matters. It's exhausting to hear from commissioners and from coaches and ADs. And that's the only entity, only organization, including all of corporate America, where we coaches go into your home, hug your families, and say, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. My daughters played college volleyball. I shook those coaches' hands and said, take care of my kid, man. And so when I hear people go after coaches for fighting for their team, first of all, I look who's saying it. Of course, they've never coached. Yeah. No other organization goes into Reggie Bush's, Matt Leinert's home, hugs your mom and says, I got your kid. Yeah. And you know what that means? I'm going to fight tooth and nail for him at all costs. I'm going to fight for that kid. So that means, does that player who's out there putting his body in harm's way deserve to, what are you, nuts? Of course he belongs to say, I'm going to get a big ring, I'm the national championship 2020, and go again. Don't penalize the people on the field. Sure, some kids aren't playing, and that's awful. But this is about the player on the field in a very tough sport.
I've got a ton of mixed emotions about this, just because I've tried to look at it from both perspectives, a player who's playing and a player who's not. And I think you guys bring up a great point for those that aren't. And the fact that they do feel like they're left out, and really the decision wasn't left to them. I think that's what hurts me the most, and something you're touching on right now is the fact that if players or families didn't feel like it was safe, they can opt out. They could have had the opportunity to. But in a couple of the conferences, they didn't even provide them that opportunity to do so. And so I hurt for them. But I think, Coach, I think I side with you, because as you touched on earlier, Reggie, this is unlike any season we've ever been through. And I think for the players to be able to make it through, they should be rewarded. And I think when we look back through the archives and history, there's not going to be an asterisk. We're going to look at whoever wins the national championship this year, and we're going to award them that. And look, there's been other years we've had national champions. People have shared national champions. Heck, we had a year where UCF went undefeated and they claimed a national championship. So, I personally, I know there's been other years where there's other things going on. But in this particular case, I think Coach hit it on the head, and I know you want to get in, Coach. Go ahead. They do deserve to have a national championship without that asterisk, without anything else that comes along with it.
Just real quick, Reggie and I talked yesterday, and Reggie brought up the 12-0 Buckeyes in 2012. Yeah,
that
a group of players.
Come on now.
You had Ohio State Buckeyes. Did I say Ohio State?
Yeah.
Ohio State went 12-0, and we were unable to go play for a national championship. It was nothing to do with our players. It was about something else. Yeah. Did we reward our players? We got a big ring, 12-0. That's the only thing I can relate to. It's all about the player. Yep. Forget everything else.
Yep. And I guess, real quick, I guess that's why, for me, we talked to USC players this week, and you just saw the disappointment, and they just can't do anything. That's why I feel for the side of the fence of the players not being able to play.
Yeah. There's a good chance we're going to be having this conversation next Saturday. Remember Bruce Feldman earlier saying it looks like now there's some optimism. Big Ten could return mid-October. What does that do for a potential college football playoff conversations?
Big Noon Kickoff, Saturdays at 11 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.